I want you to stay with me. Because Jesus is the man. Not the white one with blonde hair. That's the one that you put on your wall until you got black theology. Hello. So the white man gave you a Jesus that looked like him, so that in your love of Jesus, you would fall in love with him to the hatred of yourself, because that Jesus was white. And when you see him, you see the Father, and you the opposite of white. So you hated your black self when you fell in love with the white symbol of white supremacy, represented in white supremacy Christianity. Now wait, don't get angry. Listen, listen, listen. Don't get angry. Listen. I said white supremacy Christianity. You know, a devil will use the name of a righteous man to hide his mess. Jesus didn't preach in Rome. Paul did. Jesus didn't die in Rome. Where should the birthplace of Christianity be? Where Jesus lived and worked? But the birthplace of Christianity is Rome. There's a problem with that. 325 years after Jesus, they got together in 325 AD to figure out what Jesus taught. And they came up with the Nicene Creed. Talk back to me. Rome was a pretty funky place. And the rulers of Rome were pretty funky people. Excuse the word funky, but in today's language it means somebody that don't smell too nice. Who was it that became the first emperor of Rome to accept Christianity? Who was he? Constantine. What was the symbol of Christians under Jesus when Jesus walked among men? It was a fish. When did it become a cross? Now we got to talk. I'm like a father, and I got to speak straight words. You may be hurt, but if you think because you're not going to have me around for a while, and if it's permanent, all praise is due to God. But I'm going to lay it out for you today that you will not be able to tell God when the judgment finally reaches its crescendo in America that you did not hear a voice calling you to the right way. Your blood will be off of my hands today. Constantine went to sleep one night and had a vision. And in this vision, he saw a cross. And written over that cross were the words in Latin, in hoc signo vinces. With this sign, we conquer. We who? That we didn't include you. you were the one to be conquered. Because when white people in Rome accepted Jesus, they started corrupting Christian theology and merging it with paganism. That's why the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that Christianity was a white man's organized religion, not the teachings of Jesus Christ, but what they called Christianity was what they organized to put dark people all over the world under white supremacy in the name of Jesus Christ. Please, don't get mad. This is why today we can't unite, because we're so filled with the doctrine of white supremacy. Starting in religion, it is fortified in education, it is fortified in the political, social development, in the folkways and mores of a civilization based in white supremacy. That's why you don't make real progress, because you refuse to separate from the organized madness of religion to the principled religion that God revealed to Abraham, Moses, Jesus, and all of the prophets. Now I'm about to move on. Daniel, before I say that, to white people, let me say, you have built a contrary world to the righteousness of God. If you are not the builder, don't worry. You are the benefactor of the builder. You can't escape just because you didn't build. You're the benefactor. Now, I want you to hear me well now. I pray that Allah will guide the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart, that it is acceptable in His sight. I don't want to hurt your feelings. I love you too much. But I have to tell the truth. The ancient church was so corrupt. It split between orthodoxy in Asia and the Roman Catholic Church. And Martin Luther was so angered over the corruption in the Roman Church, over the sale of indulgences. Well, the church and the mosque too is like that today. You bring some money and donate well, you can indulge, and I'll look the other way. That's a hell of a church. We don't get credit with God and His Christ, or with Allah and Muhammad. If we're going to turn the mosque into a house of indulgence, and all the people that indulge have to do is give money, and the leaders look the other way, this creates dissatisfaction with those who love righteousness. And it created so much dissatisfaction, it caused the birth of Martin Luther and the Protestant breakaway, and Protestantism began. Then from Luther and Calvin and all the various breakoffs, you have all of these denominations of Christianity. But I don't care what the denomination was, listen to me please, it never stopped them from their brutal subjugation of the indigenous people of the world, black, brown, red, or yellow, in the name of Jesus Christ. This is real. If it were not real, Pope John Paul would not have had to come out and beg the indigenous people to forgive the church. Come on now, come on, come on.